Okay, quick tour and then I'll give you an example. But basically we got 4 different AIs that are coded specifically for 1 or 2 functions. But the Frontline Advisor, that's your go-to. Any scenario that comes up that you need more information on, you type it in here, and I'll give you an example in just a minute. I see I've done a bunch of them playing with this, and it's pretty incredible. So the database is basically 107,000 plus surveys, 2567s. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. And so anything that you ask, it references all of that and comes back with answers and details that I could have spent hours contemplating and I may not have come up with. So anyway, we got the Frontline Advisor. That's kind of your go-to. That will give you some answers, and it'll generally lead you to more of these later on down the line. But so the incident review, this is designed to basically take a incident narrative as well as witness statements and basically say, hey, these are your vulnerabilities. This is what you need to watch out for. This is what other facilities got cited for in this similar scenario. Kind of give you a bunch of action steps to take through, and I'll do another video on that specifically later on. And then we got the Educator. This is about doing in-services. So again, it's linked to the massive 107,000 database. So whatever it is that you need to focus on, it will pull from the database and give you everything that's related to it. So an example that I'll probably do here is about housekeeping, mopping only half of the hallway at a time. And it'll give you a couple other things that I probably wouldn't thought of, which is related to like F880, which is, how often do you change the mop bucket and the sanitation test and levels in there, what kind of cleaner you're using, putting up signs. I mean, some of those we know, but sometimes you miss 1 or 2 when you're got a busy day. Also, if you're working in a dementia Alzheimer's unit, you need to have somebody actively monitoring the wet spots. You can't just walk away and assume that everything is fine. And then we got the architect. So really, this is both a root cause analysis, so it'll do the 5 whys, and then, it'll do the plan of correction, which any generic AI, Gemini, ChatGPT, you can upload your 2567, and it will create a plan of correction. So you don't need specific designated long-term care SNF software like FTagAI for your 2567, but it can do it here. It's more, and it can also do QAPI, right? So whatever the incident is, it's going to pull from the massive 107,000 survey database, and it's going to go through it all and give you a very detailed and well-articulated plan to make sure that you can at least mitigate the risk of getting a high-level citation as best you can. And it will really impress the surveyors with your level of detail. And this thing is incredible. So for now, let me go back to Frontline Advisor and give you that example. You can see here is going through all the entire database and coming up with an answer. There we go. Gives you examples, and here's the great thing. So, has all the sources listed. So there it is. This AI does not hallucinate, and that's how it was designed.